you so much for coming and kind of joining us in the park with us. And it's all a bit informal and whatever, but we thought we'd just have a little official naming ceremony or blessing or hello, this is Arabella kind of day. So we've got some readings and we've got some thoughts that Mike and I want to share with you about how we want to bring up our daughter. And yeah, we just kind of thank you very much for coming to witness this with us, I guess.
Just say yes to it.
So I guess to start off, we've got a couple of readings from people who probably, you know, official poets who can probably say it better than we can. So to start off, we've got Nana Zeederberg, who's going to read from Kahil Gibran's The Prophet.
Oh.
For those of you who are at our wedding, you'll notice there's quite a lot of similarities as we're going along.
These are words that I've loved as a child myself, when I first came across it when I was about 11, and as a parent to this one, and now as a grandparent to this one. And it's Kahil Gibran's thoughts on children. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life does not go backwards, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth." Shut up, Arabella! The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that he stakes.
Arabella's going to say some words now.
I don't think she approves of the prophet of 260s.
You just read the trick, Mike.
Okay.
Well,
That's your turn to read. Okay, so this is what my life has come down to, this like all over the place. And now Grandpa Weedman is going to read some more, I guess, more modern thoughts, maybe.
Granddad.
Granddad.
Pops. Pops.
Granddad.
Yeah, just a couple of things I have been asked to read if by Charlene. Okay, so these words are very well written. I just want to share a couple of things with you. The first thing, the next person I hear that says I am the loudest member of the Weedman family is going to be referred directly to Arabella. Okay, because as of 7 weeks ago, I think I'm reasonably quiet. I know Charlene wants to give Arabella her choices in life as far as religion, etc. is concerned, and that's a great attribute. Both Bryony, her grandmother, and myself are both committed Christians, and I feel that I would just like to mention Psalm 23 of the Bible, which I'm not going to read it out to you or anything, but I suggest that those people who don't know it maybe one day take up a Bible and just read it. It saved my life, and the Lord saved my life many years ago when I had a heart attack. I was with my hockey friends, and they thought I was either drunk or I was just very tired and couldn't move around, and it was actually the Lord that saved my life that day, that I'm quite convinced of. So if you ever got a moment to spare, if you just read the 23rd Psalm, it did me the world of good, really. If a child lives with criticism, she learns to condemn. If a child lives with hostility, she learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, she learns to be shy. And if a child lives with shame, she learns to feel guilty. If a child lives with tolerance, she learns to be patient. And if a child lives with encouragement, she learns confidence. If a child lives with praise, she learns to appreciate. If a child lives with fairness, she learns justice. If a child lives with security, she learns to have faith. If a child lives with approval, she learns to like herself. If a child lives with acceptance and friendship, she learns to find love in the world. I think Arabella's got a racing start on that. She's got two very, very, how's the word, patient parents. Charlene comes out of a very big family. Every one of us are here, although we've all sort of all been from Africa and whatnot. Bryony's here, Jenny's here, Leonard's here, Glenda's here, and Brian, our photographer. I knew there was, I was going down the line. Yeah, and I think why we're here is to show the solidarity and the joint support that we have for little Arabella. She's the start of the next stage of our family, and she's very pretty, very noisy. I think she fits into the family very well. Welcome, Arabella.
Thanks, Daddy. Okay, notes.
Notes.
Thanks to both of you, and very special words. So I have a favourite poem which I thought I would read as well. This might go on and on a bit, but I promise you we've only got 3 more things to go. But this is a long poem. It's called If by Rudyard Kipling. And I had to change the last line of it. Yes, because it ends, "You'll be a man, my son," and
Hopefully not.
so I just changed that, so, you know, forgiveness asked. Alright, so here we go. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied to, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good or talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build him up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, your soul you would have won. So there you go. Wow. Wise man, Rudyard Kipling. Anyway, is she quiet enough? Can we do our bit?
Yeah.
She's got both.
Are you sitting down, right?
I'm sitting down for this one. Yeah. I can stand up, but then it'll get noisy.
So it's a pretty amazing thing having a kid. Some of you know that. I'm just learning that. And it's a huge responsibility, I think, to try and look after this little person and give her, you know, I don't know, the best shot in life. It's her life, but it's a pretty big responsibility. I think what Mike and I have both realized more than anything is how amazing our parents are. You know, because you just don't know it till you have kids of what they've gone through for you. So we've come up with a few kind of ambitions for how we'd like to be parents, and we thought we'd just share that with you. And then Mum's going to do a little blessing, and then we'll eat some more, I think. We'll toast.
What we wanted to do was, it's very easy in life to get caught up in the day-to-day stuff and to forget about the big picture. And when she's been yelling for 3 or 4 hours and changed the 5th crappy nappy and it's all looking a little bit tedious. We wanted to try and give ourselves a framework of big picture thoughts that we could come back to when it all looked a little bit too, you couldn't see the wood for the trees anymore. And I guess that's what we wanted to write down and share with you guys, almost as a promise to ourselves that we will keep trying to do what we think's right rather than just get caught up in what's easy.
Okay.
To try and imbue her with a sense of self-esteem, confidence and an understanding of her self-worth. To teach her to love and accept herself.
To provide for her a springboard to a successful life. To applaud her efforts and provide encouragement to meet her potential and the opportunities that come her way. And to give her both the space to define herself and the boundaries and guidelines to grow and be happy.
To embody her with a sense of personal responsibility to herself, her family and the world at large. So that she thinks about the consequences of her action and takes responsibility for them, both the good and the bad.
To teach her that life is not easy and that things aren't always fair or smooth, but more importantly that there is always a way to overcome and thrive in life regardless of its hurdles when approached with a positive attitude and an open mind.
To teach her the importance of family and to ensure that she knows and spends time with all members of her vast extended family.
To remember that she's not a reflection of us, but is her own person of whom we will always be proud, and to encourage her to be what she wants to be.
To learn from her a new view of the world, letting her show us a whole new outlook on the place we thought we knew, and to be open to her viewpoint, even when that viewpoint seems vastly opposed to our own.
And as part of this, to continually take the time needed to communicate with her and together as a family, both listening and talking, to ensure that there is nothing ever left unsaid or misunderstood and that no topics are out of bounds.
And finally, to love her selflessly, utterly and fairly, to support and nurture her, and to continually celebrate her life and our time as a family.
There you go. So maybe if we could have a little toast before we have...
You want a toast?
Just a quick little toast for Arabella and then we go to the blessing.
You didn't bring any.
So we'd like to present to you our daughter, Arabella May Zeederberg.
Hey! Cheers, Happy New Year.
Cheers. Okay, Mum. No, on the finger. She doesn't even get bright water.
Right. I just wanted to thank God for Arabella May. As you know, we all, as a family, believe in Jesus. And what he said is that I am the way and the truth and the life. And no one comes to the Father except through me. I believe that he was telling the truth there. So we pray that Arabella will take hold of that for herself. And that God will surround her with people that will lead her to a real relationship with God. And I've got a little verse from James 3:17, which I would like to simply pray for Arabella. And it's about godly wisdom. But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere, peacemakers who sow in peace, raise a harvest of righteousness. So may God bless you, Arabella, with godly wisdom that you grow.
Was that an awful?
So that's it.
So that's it. Thank you very much, Mum and Dad, for doing all the catering. I'm sure you agree that the food was fantastic.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's champagne.
There's more champagne, there's more food, I think. There's still quite a lot of food there.
There's a cake to be cut.
And there's cake. Don't leave without cake. Cake is very good. And